Welcome to the Online Digital Marketing Podcast. We'll be discussing marketing strategies, trends, and tips that will help your business succeed in the digital age. Every episode, we'll be interviewing industry professionals and providing valuable insights on how to leverage digital tools for maximum engagement and ROI. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the latest trends in online marketing.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. You sent us the reading, quite a stack actually, and we've boiled it down, got the absolute essentials you need: quick, solid, and actionable knowledge. Today we're doing a deep dive into the thinking behind Thomas H. Davenport and Jim Stern's book, The New Science of Customer Relationships. You know, the one subtitled, Delivering the One-to-One Promise with AI. Our mission isn't just like talking about AI, it's really understanding the strategy they lay out. How do you get that true personalization, at scale without completely breaking customer trust?
That really is the core question, isn't it? And it's a huge challenge for pretty much any business now. We're looking at using these, sophisticated AI systems to really lift customer engagement. But what the book makes crystal clear is that the tech itself is almost useless without this foundation first: a transparent, really solid ethical promise to the customer. Okay, yeah. Let's unpack this then. The starting point feels very human, actually. I like that focus on the relationship right away. The authors basically say the only way to win is to get that every single customer matters individually. They're not just, data points in a crowd. The goal is to treat them sort of metaphorically like friends, really listening, not just guessing what they need.
Exactly. But let's push on that a bit. The book sort of implies this question. In this age of, massive scale, is treating every customer like a friend actually doable? Or is it just nice marketing talk?
Yeah, that's the real trick, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you scale that feeling, that one-to-one connection for millions of users?
Well, the argument is you probably can't, not without using predictive power. But the second you bring in predictive AI, boom, you've got huge data risks. So the sources pivot almost immediately, from the relationship goal straight to the ethical contract you need to even have that relationship. Trust isn't some soft skill here. They frame it as the core strategic building block. If that trust breaks, the whole AI system and the customer relationship with it just collapses.
Right. It's foundational.
Totally. And the book lays out three non-negotiables for building and keeping that trust. Think of them as legal and competitive must-haves. First, the absolute need for ethical and beneficial use of data every single time you interact.
Which sounds obvious, but
yeah,
often just assumed, not actively checked.
Precisely. Second requirement, you have to protect customer privacy and be totally transparent about what data you have, how you're using it. The test is, could you look the customer in the eye and explain it? If not, you've failed.
Clear explanation.
And the third one, this is maybe the most critical with new tech emerging all the time. Businesses have to proactively ask permission before using personal info in new ways. Not just consent once at the beginning, it's an ongoing thing.
That bit, using data for new ways, that feels really important. It means, okay, I let you use my purchase history maybe to speed up my shipping.
Right.
That doesn't automatically mean you can use that same data to, figure out my politics without telling me first and asking again.
Exactly. That playing fair commitment has to live right alongside chasing personalization. They're not separate tracks.
Okay, so the ethical side is mandatory. Got it. But what's the engine here? How does this trust turn into that super personal value? Let's pivot to the tech itself, the mechanism the book describes. We're definitely not talking about basic automation.
No, not at all. The sources define AI here as more like a system for predictive modeling at scale. Its strategic job is remembering and, crucially, mapping connections between tons of tiny customer details. This lets the system go beyond just basic categories and actually spot unique patterns in behavior.
Okay.
And when that's done well, this AI power leads directly to smarter recommendations, much faster service that feels more relevant. It's using things like neural nets to grasp context that a human just couldn't process fast enough.
And for that kind of heavy-duty modeling, you need fuel, lots of it. Which brings us to collecting the data. This has to be more than just, what someone bought last Tuesday.
Oh, absolutely. The authors really stress that good data collection means building a whole picture of behavior. Yes, purchase history, but also how they click around online, service requests, even how they navigate your site or app. The end goal isn't just sticking them in a box, a segment. It's getting this deep map of context so the AI feels almost like intuitive in how it helps.
Okay, and here's where it gets really interesting for me. The big takeaway they push from the data strategy isn't just using it for, say, better targeted ads. That's just reacting.
Right.
The real value unlock is using that insight for proactive delight, surprising customers with solutions, maybe services they didn't even realize they needed yet.
Yes. That shift from reactive fixing to preemptive helping, that's the strategic leap. Think about the classic example. Someone buys a fancy camera lens. Reactive service is, sending an email later about accessories for that lens, fine. But proactive delight, driven by AI analyzing usage patterns maybe, is guessing they'll soon need specific cleaning stuff, or maybe a firmware update is out, and then providing that info or the offer before they even hit the point of needing it.
Okay, so AI helps the business get ahead of the curve. Stop just reacting to problems and start anticipating what the customer needs next.
Exactly right. And you see this most clearly in communication tools. Those sophisticated AI chatbots, they can be a real game changer. The strategic plus isn't just being there 24/7, though that's good. It's the bot's ability to instantly tap into that whole customer history, that giant contextual map we talked about, to give a really accurate, personalized answer right away.
And the book emphasizes it has to be good conversational AI, right? Systems that actually use the personal history, not just glorified FAQ pages that drive you mad.
Yes, definitely. When it's done right, it boosts satisfaction significantly. It feels like having a super knowledgeable, reliable assistant who actually knows you.
And beyond just solving problems instantly, AI is key for those personalization tactics that build loyalty, isn't it? That's where you use the predictions to tailor messages, maybe a super specific product idea, or even just a thoughtful, automated happy birthday message.
And those personal touches, they're absolutely vital because they deliver on that one-to-one promise we started with. They make the customer feel genuinely seen, valued. It makes the whole relationship idea feel real. The customer thinks, they actually remembered something about me. That feeling, that's the real currency of loyalty now.
So, okay, what does this all add up to for the business, for the bottom line? These personal touches, but crucially built on ethical data use. They're the engine driving customers to stick around. It links right back to that first principle. Treat customers like friends, use smart tech to help do it, and you get longer relationships, more predictable income.
Yeah, and if we zoom out to the bigger picture, the overall strategic aim is loyalty that cuts down on how much you have to spend finding new customers all the time, which is expensive. Making every customer feel special, truly special, leads directly to measurable business growth. The book wraps up with some pretty compelling real-world examples. Companies winning market share because they're using AI smartly, meeting individual needs, and importantly, doing it transparently.
Okay.
So the key takeaway isn't really about how fancy the algorithm is. It's about the quality of the strategy around the algorithm. The playbook's there for you. Learn from these other companies. Use AI thoughtfully, ethically, strategically, and grow by deepening that trust.
So let's recap the whole journey we've just walked through. AI is this powerful engine. It can deliver that one-to-one promise, but, it's a big but, that engine needs strict ethical rules as its fuel, and it has to run with total transparency about data.
Absolutely. The book really confirms that trust is an explicit trade-off. You, the customer, give personal data in exchange for personalized value. The responsibility is entirely on the business to manage that swap fairly. And crucially, to actually deliver value that makes the trust worthwhile.
Right. So as you, listening, think about bringing in these predictive tools, maybe aiming for that proactive delight. Here's something to chew on. A final provocative thought. Given that the whole system's success hangs on continuous transparency, what's the actual strategic cost, think customer lifetime value, think brand damage? What's the cost of not asking permission before you use personal info in some new, maybe insightful way? Something to mull over. Until our next deep dive.
Ready to take your online business to the next level? Subscribe to our digital marketing podcast and then join our Accountability for Success Mastermind. With expert advice from industry leaders, you'll gain knowledge and insights that will help you succeed in today's digital marketing world. From social media strategies to search engine optimization, we have all the tools you need. Learn from successful entrepreneurs and take control of your online success. Join the Accountability for Success Mastermind now at bit.ly/AFSM podcast.